Check, 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 microphone check. What do you say? How do you say? I'm just blessed to see another day. I go by the name of Terror the Barber, and this is Razor Sharp Podcast. We will have this live conversation today on what's next for us black barbers. So we're going to be sending this out. What I need you to do is send this out to a few of your people right now as I do the same exact thing. You know, Razor Sharp Podcast is here to tell our stories, and we're going to keep that going. What up, my brother? Salute.
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
All is well, my brother. You know, we are here today to have this great conversation. Um,
Yeah.
and I wanted the question is, what's next for us black barbers? I was on the phone with DJ in Cali this morning, and we spoke for a whole hour. And after we finished talking, he just said to me, no matter what everybody's saying in the barber industry right now about we need to learn a history and y'all need to know who we are and we need to come together. But we could talk all this in separation. We could talk, you could do your live, I could do my live, other barbers could do their live. But the only way that we could come together to create the proper narrative is to ask the question is what's next for the black barber? So what's next? Now we talking about it. What are we going to do next to make it hold more weight?
Well, I mean, and like I said last night, man, the only way you can really worry about what's next is, man, blacks got to start showing up. You got to start showing up, man. Like, there is no other way around this. Like, you can't complain about something, but you never there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't talk about how they doing this and how they doing it and whatever every other ethnic group is doing, but we're not doing it. You know, I'm big on accountability. You got to start showing up. You got to start supporting your own. You got to take action. I'm all for conversations, debates, and history lessons and all these other types of things. But if you're not showing up, you really don't got no ground to really talk about what other ethnic groups doing or anything else like they're doing. Because I've
Yep.
taught classes with DJ Cuddy. I've been on stage with the brother. I'm being honest with you. DJ Cuddy really, if you call DJ right now, you damn near want to start paying your bills on time. That's how find the business savvy this guy is. You want to pay your shit on time.
Uh-huh.
I've been knowing Morano for a long time. I knew Morano when it was the I Cut Pro days, and the new guys might say the Digital Gap or the collaboration he got with TPOB, but I've been knowing Morano ever since the I Cut Pro days. I know all these guys, been around these guys, have features of doing these guys, but the number one thing that I've seen out of all the hair shows that me and my company travel and unload the trunk and do all this from, man, you don't really see us in attendance like that because, you know, again, I'm holding us accountable. Somehow, some kind of way between the line, we done got lazy and we done got to the point where we just really feel entitled.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, we don't give each other the flowers that we're supposed to give each other.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about the competition level and who's what, and who's doing this and what's doing this and what's doing that, to the point of, man, where all of them statistics really done put our industry and our history done put all that in jeopardy. And that just ain't going against that just don't go against all that right there. Even some of our icons done it. I'm holding them accountable too. Even some of them done it. Like I told you, bro, last night. The closest thing I've ever seen black unity wise was during the pandemic when COVID shut all this stuff down. And then now you've got people that can't stand each other in the industry. So I got a story about what they doing. Now everybody praying together. And me being me, I never understand how is it you can pray together but you can't stand together.
Uh-huh.
I never understand that. You can pray together but you can't do this right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never understand that.
It's
I don't
funny you
get it.
say that because I was talking to to DC earlier, and he was saying that no matter what we saying right now, if we don't come together and put our money together and to start making sure that the black dollar is strong in our community, then we just fluffing things and we just talking out the side of our necks, but we not doing anything. So we
Right.
gotta invest in each other. You know, we gotta invest
Right.
in these companies that's black owned, these clipper companies, these franchise companies, all of these things that's in our industry that's black, we got to do it because our black dollar leave our hands and go to other
Go to
communities
everybody else,
way
or it even come to
faster,
us.
and there's no return for us. So um even Van the Goat, right? Van the Goat is Van Campbell on which is his real name, but Van the Goat, who's one of the barbers that's a part of Babylons, and when they rolled out their barber influence clippers, he said that the majority of the people that supported his clipper, because they get a percentage of every clipper that sold, was
Right,
Spanish. It wasn't even black people. And I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. I was one of those barbers that didn't buy into it because one, it was so many barbers to choose from. And then I'm going by who's the most popular. Even though I didn't buy none of them, but I was just going by who would be the most popular. I would buy the most cutting clipper quicker than I would buy a Van clipper only because of the popularity.
right.
So he's absolutely right, and I appreciate him
He's a
saying
hundred.
that.
He's 100% correct because I ain't just gonna put all that out there, but I got some pretty close ties with Baptist Pro. All
Uh
of them do get percentages on the influencer kipper that they drop. That's just the love that's just one of the many things that I like about Baptist Pro. A lot of
yeah.
people didn't buy the Van de Goat clipper. I bought the Van de Goat clipper, even though it was like, hey man, you want this? I bought them was my two first clippers I got from the influencer line. I got the Andy Authentic black and yellow one later, and I got the Los Cutted one later. But the first two that I actually bought was the Hulk and the Van de Goat Low Pro. And then I
Uh huh.
blame social media a lot for that is because you got rival clipper companies out here. I ain't gonna say no names. I'm gonna try to keep this as integratable as I possibly can. Oh man, the clipper get too hot. Oh man, it don't fade like this and all that right there. Which that's another opinion I got for another day. But I'm just trying to keep this black. Um, why not just go get it? Cause that's your brother. And
Yeah.
take a picture because that's your brother. That's again. That's what I be saying about blacks. We want to talk about the Hispanic community and the white community, but we don't want to talk about what we won't do. I've been to a Hispanic show, the Jack's Elite show. It's a lot of them. This man, if you really want to see the 100 gorillas versus one person, go to that one because it's gonna be three niggas versus 300 Hispanics. I'm just being honest with you. I'm proud to have been a judge for that show. I love them dearly,
Now,
but again,
I think I've been to the last three.
yeah,
I've been Jackson Lee. I fuck with Nando, but that's
yeah,
the
that
critique that
show
I've all.
fires a motherfucker.
Yeah,
The only reason I
that's
couldn't
something
make it,
I've
man, I
given
had a
him,
baby.
but that's something I've given him a critique on too. Like, damn, bro, ain't nothing black going on here. Like, I think Corey Duvall and like I can't even think of somebody else right now off top that was black that was there. Bobby, Corey, and I don't know Bones, but what's next for the black barbers? I agree with y'all, man. There has to be some type of actionable step, but I think we have to zoom out for a second and look at what we think that actual step should be. It's easy for us to be like, oh, we gotta circulate the black dollar, but I want us to identify an actionable step that looks like very applicable, right? So if it's going to be something that's an actual step, hey, that's my guy right there.
What up,
Yo,
bro?
yo, what's
uh,
happening?
I think if there's going to be an
What's happening,
actionable, I
my
think
American brothers and sisters? How are y'all doing? Right on, right on, right on.
Well, first
What
and foremost, let me say this.
Yeah,
Let me say this before I interrupt our favorite tax advisor down here in the lower corner. I only seen your ass on magazine covers. I have not had the opportunity to introduce myself or nothing like that. But hello, sir. I am Bobby. It's nice to meet you. Been a great fan of you. Again, nice to meet you. Hope to work with you one day. All that good shit. And back
yeah.
to my favorite tax advisor in this lower corner right here. I just had to get that shit out the way.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. What's up, fellas? I'm
uh
sorry. I'm listening.
yeah, man, y'all would go well together too, man. Pause. Y'all would be a good fit. Y'all would have a good time.
Yeah,
Um,
we do look like cousins a little bit though. I ain't go front. We do look like cousins a little bit.
yeah, oh
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Um, yeah, I think there should be an actual action step next, but I think we got to zoom out and ask ourselves what is that step. Like I say, it's easy to be like, well, we need to circulate the black dollar, but what does that look like? Like what?
Hmm.
I want the actual step when we decide on what it should be to be something that's applicable, not just for us, but also for the younger generation, because that's essentially what we're talking about. Where does black barbering as a culture go right now within the culture? Me and Marcus kind of had an offline conversation the other day, or it was this morning actually, and we was talking. And I was saying that I think that it does need to be unity, but it needs to be something attached to something that the OGs are already kind of familiar with, but we have enough influence to make it cool that the youngers want to come to. So my default example was Bronner Brothers, just because most of us know what that is, and booking like a Sly Honcho and whoever else is young, right? Let's just say 360 Jeezy because he's the young guy's OG. We would need that, and we would need the support of our peers, which I don't think would be difficult at all. And we would have to be able to convince the younger people that, hey, this here right here, and it has to be aesthetically black. That's what I was talking about this morning. I don't know who's throwing the Hair Education Beauty Summit, but if they're not black, that looks very black. If you look at their marketing, there's black people in suits and gowns getting on a yacht. It's like, it looks black. I don't know whether it is or not, but it made me want to be there. And I've seen plenty of events where people are in suits and gowns. It don't make me want to be there. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? That was like, oh shit, that look live. So I think it's a combination of creating what we want to see, whether we use a platform that's already big and we notice, or Marcus does something, or some Cole does something, Bobby does something, using something that we're going to use as our main thing, whether we pile on the Jackie, whatever it is, and then actually putting the effort behind that. Everybody ain't gonna go get no booth. I ain't got no reason to get no booth. But if Bobby called me and say, hey, I'm finna go get a booth at, I'm getting a booth at this show, and we've all agreed, hey, this is the show that we're gonna go to. Me, Marcus, DL, all behind the scenes, to say, hey, we're going to this show. Those that have products and shit to sell, Terry said, I'm getting a booth at this show. Bobby said, I'm getting a booth at this show. There's 5 of us out the 15 that have agreed to go that are getting a booth. Yes, we can all kind of pitch in and get that booth, and not necessarily work that booth, but be present enough that the traffic flow of black people come to that booth. And when they come, now they having a conversation with Bobby, and they see him over here laughing with Marcus, like, dang, y'all know each other? Yeah, man, this Nas Barber. Oh, dope. Blah, 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 blah. Because the shit that we think is regular to us is become regular to us. I call this Chinese Saint syndrome. I've had this piece for 10 years. Just this morning, the client was like, man, that's a nice necklace. It's normal for me. The things that we're doing, y'all, abnormal for us. To me, it's normal to see Bobby at a show with a table with his products. I'm not surprised at all. But there's a bunch of young black people that don't even know that this black man has Cosmo products and certain shit to sell. Not just barber shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much that they don't know that I think us doing this, being together in the physical space, digital space, but us being seen together in the physical space in the places that count until we decide what the place is that's going to be ours is important. I think that's the easiest way, because if we say, and it's something that's not going to happen with one show, let me say that. If
Yeah,
there's a 15, 20 of us conglomerate that says, hey, we're going to do these 3 shows, and every last one of us make a concerted effort to say, hey, we're at these shows, working at these booths, you can see us, this, like right now, that same company, Hair Education Beauty Summit, has 7 dates planned. Hey, the road to hair education, we're going to be at these shows. If we do something like that and say, hey, this group of black men are going to be at this show, we are giving back, there's going to be people coming to that booth. And
yeah,
that's where you have to make the real connection in. Because these young guys got to go back to their shop and be like, man, them niggas was lit. I
yeah.
learned how to do this. I learned this. I learned how to cut straight hair with shears from a black man, so I didn't feel uncomfortable. Let's keep it real, bro. That's one of the biggest things. That, to me, if I could identify something that made us lose where we was at, it's that. It's the fact that I'm one of them. That a lot of black barbers did not want to learn shear work. And I know it was cats like Bobby just kind of beat our head in, like, bro, y'all slipping, y'all slipping, y'all slipping, y'all tripping, y'all tripping. And we looking at, man, my pockets is good. I'm serving my community. I don't need to know that. But what happened was the Spanish boys started cutting straight hair. So the white guys didn't have to come to the black shop to get the fade no more. They could be in Spanish culture where honestly they're more comfortable. They're not scared or intimidated. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no whole thing of going to the black barber shop. They just run in there with the
Bro,
Spanish cats, get their shit done, and they good.
story of my fucking life. I ain't trying to cut you off, DJ. Story of my fucking life, man. Like a
bro.
lot of people don't know that
We
I'm really
watched we
big.
watched the
I'm
industry
big in
long
real
enough to do that,
motherfucking life. I'm
bro.
big in real motherfucking life, bro. And
Bro,
people are literally intimidated to come have a conversation with me.
bro. Listen,
I don't know
you
what it
can,
is, bro.
bro. Listen, I've been standing next to John Mosley. We all know John. We all know how well decorated he is in the industry. If we just gonna talk about like who's won awards and all this type of shit, John niggas, these young niggas don't know who the fuck John is. They walk right past John. They will say
Hey,
what's
bro.
up to me and walk right
Hey,
past
bro.
John.
Hey, bro. As you can see at I saw DJ at the Dallas show at my barber plug. When I say them young boys did not know who the hell I was, bro, and it was cool, you know what I'm saying, and it put me back on game and saying like, yo, I really need to step it back up to not just like just be cool with our generation and just going forward, but more so like, yo, lean, going back and grabbing that young generation and being like, hey, this is how this stuff is done. But
We
I will say
need.
this though.
My bad. Hold
I
on,
will
real
say,
quick. I
uh,
love to make this. I love to make the analogy to hip hop for us. We need a Clips album in the barber industry.
hey, I'm glad you brought that up. That is what we're doing. I mean, even when we talk about the action points, man. When I started seeing that was kind of happening some years ago, where certain shows like Warner Brothers, not continuing after the pandemic, kind of falling and not knowing how they were really going to move. You know, a lot of the shows that we were normally going to just kind of disappearing, and then there being more shows, and like we said, we're not seeing each other at these shows because there's nobody like us on these flyers, on this marketing. There's no like, okay, I feel like I can connect with this person, that person, this person, that person. It's just like, okay, there might be two brothers that I know from something, but they're not sure. So I think that it's also become a thing of where I was like, yo, we have to get to the point to where we can have these conversations in the out and also at a table. You know what I'm saying? Like really have a conversation to where there is no like, I don't want to say this to say that to make people feel ostracized. I don't
Yep.
want to make people feel like it's just I'm going against a specific race, but more so on the tip of like, yo, how can we improve? How can we become where we were very leading in this whole industry for years. Even though we didn't have products, we didn't have a lot of stuff like that. We couldn't own the product, the beauty stores and stuff like that. There was some that were doing it, and then we were trying to expand a little bit. So my mindset is like, bro, like come through to where we gonna come through, put all this stuff on the table, and like you said, do 3 to 4, 5, 6. Like we see a young brother in the comments right now, Mississippi, the elite barber expo that he's got going on. Like shout him out. Like, bro, if y'all are any barbers, y'all got anything, send it to me. Send it to our company Suprema. We have a message board. We let all of the barbers know exactly what's coming up that whole year. Like we have a whole calendar of hair shows because one, I hate when I don't see us there. You know what I'm saying? And I went to one of the joints some years ago. This is like years and years ago. Maybe like 21, 20, yeah, maybe 121, 22. I kept getting dapped up and they was like, yo, Marcus, yo, what's up, man? When we gonna do like a brothers type of thing like this? And I was just like, we can do it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like at the event that we're doing, like it just takes one of us, multiple of us to actually step out and say, yo, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
I think also timing matters, right?
yeah,
So I think Marcus, you might be the youngest here. How old are you? 36, 35,
42,
42.
42.
Okay. Um
Excuse me.
so
Excuse me. I'm the youngest here. All right.
how old are you?
How old are
30?
you?
I'm 40, my brother.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Shit,
Yeah.
no, I got all y'all motherfuckers beat. I'm 36.
man.
Bobby,
Well, you
shut
look
the
like
fuck up.
you look
I
50.
swear to God, bro, I'm 36, bro. January 22nd, 89, 4 o'clock in Romney, Mississippi, room 304. Do the math.
Nigga,
I'm
that's
36.
Mississippi. Man,
Well,
hey,
you look
listen.
50.
You know what?
Listen,
Well,
a Mississippi
you got
36 is
room for it
50,
like that.
nigga.
Hold on, DJ. Hold on, DJ. Which one of you motherfuckers said I look fit?
Who said that? Who said that? Who said
So
you look at the Who said you look at tough?
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Four group of brothers that can get together, have a good time, come
Yeah.
up with a plan, and we can do this thing. Because I can get, you can bet your sweet ass. If it's a hair show going, a brother had a baby. I just had I got my 5-month-old. I can't do it like I used to do it. I can't do it. I need some time. I need some time. And I would
Yeah.
greatly appreciate y'all support because Pampers and formula is hot. This is our
Mm.
Hey,
first
man.
biological child. A
Oh,
lot of shit hit me by storm, bro. I
oh
made a
man.
life decision on some formula the other day.
Mm.
I got doctor visits. I ain't seen a doctor this much in a long time.
Oh yeah.
But man, if it's a show going on, trust me, and I'm gonna be in Atlanta September the 14th for my big brother Kevin Kurt's jam session. I'm gonna be in Atlanta on the
See,
14th.
I don't even know what that is. But
Man, I'm
that's to
finna.
my greater point. So we definitely need a, I guess, community schedule. We'd have to figure that out. But I think on top of that, this is what I was saying. Timing is important. All the y'all that I've talked to have been like, man, I had this idea a couple years ago. I had this conversation 10 years ago. I don't think we were mature enough. Let me say this. I wasn't mature enough 10 years ago to do this. But I also don't think us as a black community were in the space to do this 10 years ago. Right? 10 years ago, we was just coming off of Trump, right? And it was like, it had the feeling of, well, that wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. So it wasn't urgent enough. When you zoom out from stuff that happened. So this all got started with the Cole situation, right? The whole conversation really got started with the Cole situation, anti-blackness within that Spanish community, conversation how it's growing from there. So for me, when stuff happened, when racial incidents
And one
happen,
more
for
thing,
me,
and one more thing, bro. And even like you said, timing right now, even what's going on right now with the Jubilee, that as we were talking about with the all the, it's like a lot of like black issues are coming up right
that's what
now.
I'm getting to. But that's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
getting to. So um, we're in an era right now where like I don't think none of this would have worked before because the social height and awareness wasn't there. Right now, what's happened is the racial climate has gotten tight again, and we're grown this time. Like we're grown adults with people with kids and responsibilities at this time. We see the social getting heightened, and what happens with us if we zoom out for a second and just look at history? When social climate gets tight against us, we do something to unify and empower each other. It doesn't matter what you want to look at it. It could be as recent as Black Lives Matter. I don't care if you think the organization went crooked or not, but just that spirit itself, right? That happens. That's what's about to happen now. That's what me and Marcus was talking about. You can feel it coming on if you just paying attention to culture. The podcasts that are popping up, the even if somebody as clean as comedy as Kev on stage, he's very black. The community is moving more towards the insular black empowerment thing. So I don't think we off track with that. I think we right on time with that. I think like I said, we need a community calendar or a decided group of events that we're going to attend in mass, and we need to understand that it's not a quick fix because it wasn't a quick fall apart. Right? We watched
yeah.
it fall apart over, let's say, a decade. So let's say even on speed mode, rebuilding it, it would be 3 to 5 years. So we would have to have a group of black men, first of all, that are financially stable enough to get to these shows on their own for the next 3 to 5 years. That's a real conversation because it's a lot of that leads into the faking in front on the internet shit, which it happens a lot. And then we'd have to have that same group that's willing to do that traveling be willing to lead in the physical space when it comes. Be willing to be there all day, standing there with Marcus. Somebody else go get lunch, or we go get lunch in a limited capacity, eat with people at the show. Like we have to really be focused on community building in a sense. If we're
Yeah.
not gonna do that, then like you said, we're giving this a whole bunch of lip service, and this shit will be a whole different topic in a month.